And we are live. Hello everyone. Hey, you can say hi in the chat if you are here. Okay. As soon as you join, I will greet you. For now, I see it's only myself, so I would not probably speak too much. Okay. I will monitor the chat to see if someone joins. At the moment, I see no one connected, so it's basically only me. I can advertise maybe in-game as well. This could be a good idea. As soon as someone joins, please say hello in the chat so I can realize you are here. Okay. If anyone new joins, I understand it's not the best time. It's like morning of Saturday in the US, where we have a lot of people, and it's like Saturday afternoon for most of you. So probably not the best time, but I really want to push on. I really want to push on making this at least to port the basics. I mean, to port the message manager. Now we are trying to port the message manager. We are trying to port the user manager, which are two classes that allow us to send back and forth different messages in Unreal. So yes. I want to be sure that we are porting this quickly. It's been a lot of work yesterday on this user manager. There's been a lot to be done. I mean, a lot done and a lot still to be done. So it's not immediate, but yeah. And some of you maybe will watch this video later on just to see the progress, right? So for anyone watching the replay, hello to you as well. So yeah, we still have a really a bunch of errors here. Main reason being that some of the functions that were defined on this class are actually not available. So this get mask script engine, I think I have. Do I have a translation of this? Let me check. No, I don't have it yet. So this get script engine is the one that allows us to check our scripts. Now I just need to understand how I did this, because I think I did it already in other places. So if I search find script everywhere in all open documents, I think it will be we are in gem.h. No, I don't want it in gem.h. Yeah, for example, cache manager is good. Mat script engine, where is this coming from? Mat script engine is it coming from the static thing? I think so. Let's pick the definition of this and see where it goes. Script engine is, yes, is a kind of a global variable that we have set inside script. So I think it's declared as an external in our psunreal.h, I think. Yes, script engine, there it is. So I think we can just, so whenever we find a get script, a PS server get script engine, I think you can just substitute it with script engine, right? Which is this one. And I don't know if we even want to do this. I think we can just do script engine find script, right? Like we have seen in the other. Yeah, exactly. So let's just remove this. I think we don't need it. I think we don't need it. Let's see if there are others, so that we can fix in the same document all the ones that are similar to this one. No, it's the only one. Okay. PT. I hope there were more that we could fix automatically. Get mount. This one, for example, is also not available. It's something that we will have to change in the future. So for now we use just dummy. We use just dummy. So we go here, we search get mount, all open documents. We go here, go to declaration, and we add this piece, right? You may ask why you don't do it for all in why you don't add the full set. Well, I don't have this full set because I don't want to spend too much time importing pieces that then we don't use, right? So I want to be sure that whatever we port is what we need. Okay, so you can put it like here. Yeah, return mount. I mean, at this point, the character itself. I mean, the mount. I think we don't have this value. So for now, we will just return. I would say we just return null. Yes, just as a stopgap, and then we will see. Just checking if there are. It takes so much to actually. I don't know if it takes so much because there are so many errors, or it just takes so much because it takes, because it takes time. So send behavior message. I think we have a lot of those, so maybe we can port this one. Send behavior message doesn't exist today. I think we need to port it though. So that is inside gem again. I can port this too maybe. So if I go back into my gem class, into my gem class, I can what was it? Was it inside object gem object or not gem actor? Gem actor. So I think I'm already in the right place. So I can just add these two, and yeah, just ensure that you have a kind of one returns void and the other returns an f string, which is okay. We have here a few more substitution to do, and then here we should, considering this returns a value, we have to return, maybe we can just return an empty string for now. I think it's okay. Yes, just return an empty string. So this is done. Let's see what other errors we get. There are some start with which are not working properly, and some slice. So let's do these ones. I think these ones are relatively easy to do. The start with, I think we have a conversion already. The start with, so is response examine. So we have true here, which is ignore case. So I think if it's true is case sensitive, right? If it's true is case sensitive. So this thing is, yeah, let me search one that has yes, true. Start with, go to declaration. Yeah, ignore case false. If it's true is case insensitive. If it's true is case insensitive. Okay, so it's true here. So then my my guide here is not correct. I have to do when is true is ignore case. So let me check. When it's true is ignore case. When is so true ignore case false case sensitive. Okay. Yeah, I think it was not correct in this page. It's not correct. So let me try to then copy this. So being true then is ignore case. So we can just substitute. Where was it? Here we can substitute it with this. Right? Is there any other starts with? Let's see if there is any other. So we change them all in one. All these are correct. I think. Yeah, all these are fine. Okay, I think we have them all. I think we have them all. I wanted to fix this message manager first, because the message manager is kind of a prerequisite to our user manager, because one is a subclass of the other. So I wanted to work a bit on it. Okay, no one is here. It's a pity. It's a real pity. Just connecting for a second to my email, checking a few things. Okay. As soon as we get some more viewers, I can speak a bit more. So join in, my friends, join in. Okay. So this one is okay. I think the problem we have is on this one. So let's fix. So get connection, client connection, find is not, doesn't exist. I think we have find, but find is probably getting a const char. Yeah. So I mean, this we can just convert to. We can just do tchar to ANSI of this thing, and yeah, that's it. Then we have PS split. What is PS split? I think it looks like a utility class, which I didn't import yet. PS split, very interesting. Where is it? There it is. PS split. PS split. Go to declaration. Boom. Is defined in string utils. Is one I didn't import yet, I think. What does it do, by the way? Because maybe there is a Unreal Engine, you know. So it's just returning an array of strings, taking a CS string and a delimiter, delimitator, whatever it's called, what is the name. So I think. We can check if there is something like this already and avoid porting this class. I don't want to port this. What does it do? It's just getting the next, it search the limiter, it split and push. Right. I think there should be an Unreal Engine equivalent, right? Of let me see if we are live, by the way, now. Unreal Engine 4. If we show as it's shown as available, which is pretty cool. So we are live in YouTube as well. PS split. What I have to do here is to no, wait, this one I really need is the one. When does it expire, by the way? Can you tell? Does it tell me the expiration of this? No. Okay, I can leave it on and I can copy paste it. So if I go Unreal Engine string functions. Fname, when you name a new asset in the browser, change parameter dynamic material very lightweight system for using string. When given a string is stored only once in the data table, use the finance case and send it immutable, cannot be manipulated. So 16 okay. F text, display string, F string is the only string class allow manipulation, manipulation, yes, exactly. So what I need exactly this. I want to see if there is any what is the class reference? Sorry, because here, okay, it's very nice that it tells me all of this, but I would like to have the class reference of this thingy. What is the class reference? I have no idea. Well, there is no link to the. Okay, anyway, if I search just F string, I will get, I guess. So that's probably the best way. So F string, Unreal Engine. We have 3 people watching. Hello, people. Hello, 3 people. How are you today? Maybe say hi in the chat. Make yourself known. Working on one class, which is the user manager, which we want to port to Unreal Engine, and we want to be sure that this is getting ported properly today, so that we can move on. So I'm just searching some documentation for fstring, because we have a function in the old code which is splitting. So if I search tarray here, I think I will find what I want. Search tarray. I want a function that returns. Yeah, there is parse into array, breaks up the limiter string into element of a string array, the number of elements in the array. Exactly. So this is exactly what I need. It is exactly what I need. If you want to chat, you have to, I mean, if you are new to this stream and you want to chat, you have to register, I think, an account on Google. And then after you register the account, you will be able to chat. And yeah, and I will appreciate if you chat with me. So because it's, I mean, it's fun to have people watching and speaking and interacting, right, while working a bit on this thing. So if you can do it, would be nice. Parse into array, break up the limiter. So we need this. I don't know what is the difference between these two. I think it's just the parameter. So one takes an f string array, not this the output, takes delimiter array. Because there is, if you have multiple delimiters. Okay, that's fine. I don't need multiple delimiters. I need just one delimiter. The only thing that I don't want the delimiters into my string. Okay, so I mean into my array. I want just the breakups a delimited string into elements of a string array, number of element array, number of element array. The array to fill with the string pieces, the string to the limit on. If one empty string is another to the array. Okay. No, I think we want all the strings in. So yes, so we should use this one, parse into array. So I think instead of split, so let's change our documentation so that we remember. Function on strings. I think there is other functions. Where I have the string util thing is string util. I put it under other functions. Well, it's not exactly true. To string util. So I think we can say whenever we find PS split, right, and there is like the code. So whenever we find something like this, we have to, in this case, will not be tarray, would be cs array, cs string, etc. Right? We will parse it into a tarray of f strings. For example, yeah, let's say split target could be the same, equal to, and then we will go. No, sorry, we don't have to do this. We have to pass it in, right? It said that you pass it as a first parameter. So this will be split target, and then what does he want? He wants what is it? The limiter, and then the other parameter we don't care about it actually. So the delimiter will be like this, and that's it. So in this one we'll put, no, sorry, but this is acting on a string, right? So I have to start from my string. Yes, it's f string passing to array. So I need to have my string here. So split target dot parsing to array split target. So it will be something like this, okay? Let's see if this works. Hello, James. How are you? Thanks for joining. I'm still on C++ classes. I'm proceeding on that. So I'm converting still some of the code here. So I have to do something like target dot parse into array, and then we want to have a split target. Split target is actually split target should be a t array of f strings. T array of f strings. The point is that it's not initialized. What does it? What does he want as a second parameter? Can he accept the character? No, he accepts the tchar. A tchar pointer. Okay, tchar pointer is basically an f string, so I think we can just. What if we do just this? Right? Does he like it? Is he smart enough or not? It's not smart enough. Okay. He's not smart at all. He's not smart at all. So let me check in our I think in our string utils we already did something like this multiple times. String copy, just to avoid reinventing the wheel, huh? Just for that. Yeah, one thing we can do it is we initialize it like this, and then we cast it to tchar, which could also be an option. Sounds a bit stupid to me that I have to do it, so let me just check on the documentation if so documentation is here. I was in a good page before which had all the string conversions, right? So is tchar in this page? So yes. So tchar substring retouch tchar. I'm basically just searching a way to specify a single character instead of messing up with going through the f string, but maybe I will just give up and go through that. Let me see, maybe I can just search the web for the usage of this parse into array and see how they use it, right? Maybe it's the easiest way. So maybe I find some, so if I do Unreal Engine and then parse into array, I just need an example. Just need a simple example. String parse into array example, string parsed. Yes, it does this, which is exactly what I did here. So it basically just declares the array, and then it does text. Okay, that's good. That's very good. So it passed this one by reference, and then it does text of this. Okay, this is something that this text is very interesting macro. Does it do it with quotes? I think it takes it like this, right? Why still complaining? Why still complaining? You're still complaining because no instant loaded function string matches the argument list. T array of f string const char. That is exactly what is in this example, right? Well, in addition, he has false. In addition, he has the false, but I don't know. I think this is the case sensitivity. Why doesn't like it? Why? Why, my friends? Can you say why it doesn't like it? Why it doesn't like it? So it says that no overloaded function TRA f string, which is exactly what I have, and then he has const wchar t2, const wchar t2. If I do it like this, what does it say? wchar t, while he wants to have a const char t-char, but why? It's not the same? I don't know, it's in the example. Const char t delimiters, f string is just an f string, text. Why this text piece doesn't work for me? Const teacher, you see, this guy is doing like this because I think he has my same issue. I think it's exactly my same issue, boys. So let's just try this for a second, but it's pretty strange that it does like this. So if I do this and then I do this, does it like it more? Delimiter. Expected, okay, yeah, well, that's true. He has the same issue. I'm not seeing something, but I have something in front of me that I cannot recognize as an error for some reason, but it should be pretty evident because it should be pretty evident. Why not? Why doesn't work? Why doesn't work? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Parsing to array, we send in the string, right? If we send in the string this way, oh, it likes it like this. T array, f string, out array, but my, okay, I'm a bit confused by this. Why? So here, was it a pointer too? No, it's not a pointer too. I mean, the end parse doesn't. So okay, the problem is the first part, not the second part. And so we can, I think we can just do this, and it will work properly. But the question is why it doesn't want the reference. Yeah, you see, seems okay. So it doesn't like the. Let me just check if there is any other example of this, because this is very old. I mean, this is from 2014, so doesn't look like it's the best. You know, it's the best. Parsing to array. These are all the visuals in the blueprints, but don't really need it. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm watching at the chat. Ask any questions you may want, or whatever. Let's say, feel free to ask any questions. Right? It's no problem. Huh? Let's keep it a bit interactive. So, because I mean, programming this thing is boring anyway. So, if we can chat a bit while I work, is fun. It's nice. So parsing to array. So I think we assume for now that it works. I don't know why it's not by reference. I was expecting it to be by reference, but it's okay. So it seems that this works. So we can say in our guide, in this guide, we can say that this should be text, and yes, and this should be something like this. Right. I'm making this guy. This wiki page that you see is basically a kind of a cheat sheet where I have all the conversions from the old code to the new code, so that every time that I find one, I just go here, I check what I have to do, and you know, and I do it directly without having to think. Hello, Soup. How are you? You were here yesterday already, right? Yes, I remember your nickname. Yeah, I didn't advertise today's stream again on the calendar, but I just started. Let's say it's just start the streaming. So I think we can save this. Right. Can save this, and it is fine. Let's see if there are any others that we can get. So the parse into array. So it was like PS split. I think there was more than one, right? More than one PS split. Let's see if I find it. Okay, this one I think we can remove now. So I think it's fine. No, there are no others. Okay, we still have a number of errors, but what I see here now in this MSN manager is 33 errors. 33 errors seems to be relatively manageable. Okay, should not be crazy. I think we can do it. You've been here a few days. Nice. What are you trying to do? You're trying to learn a bit of the engine, or just curious about how things are. I mean, you're just curious about what I'm doing, or how Unreal Engine works. So here we have a get sector, get engine. So this get sector on who? On GemActor. This one we don't have. We don't have because actually sectors are not existing anymore in Unreal. At least not the way they were in Crystal Space. So yeah, just simple iSector get sector is inside a gem object. So we can add it temporarily as a dummy. So we go here, we select gem object. We add here simply a get sector which returns iSector. I don't remember if iSector I have it defined, but I assume yes. And for now we just return a null because anyway we are not going to execute the piece of code anytime soon. It's just to have it compiled, right? So what message is this? Is the code command area. All of this will have to be anyway re-engineered a bit. So I think it's fine. We will have to re-engineer it somehow. Hello, someone has joined. Hello, people number 4. Who are you? Welcome to the stream. If you want to chat, you can just register a Google account, I think, and then you can chat. So we still have few issues. Like this one cannot pass. Yeah, so this I think it should be done with an append. Array f-string split target of 3 returns an f-string. So I need to construct an f-string made of 2 pieces, right? How do I do this? I think I can just f-string 1 and Unreal Engine f-string. I think for f-string I have a lot of documentation already anyway, because this is the one that I'm using the most. So, but no, there is not an example with there's no example. There is no example, but I think I can just create a new string and then append, right? Yeah, I think I can just append. I don't know if you can create an f-string already with pieces. Yeah, well, yes, you can. You can create a copy of the others. F-string. I mean, I don't know if I can do something like this. Let me just show you the idea. But if you can do like f-string open this thing, right, comma another one, but I don't think you can. So I don't think you can. I think you have to create an f-string and then append, right, and then dot, and that dot append whatever is here, right? So I think that's the way you should do it. What? F-string cannot be initialized with this, and I think it has to be again text of something, right? because this one returns doesn't like it. Why doesn't like it? Give me some constructors, please. Just as just few examples. Then I'm fine. Yes, building f strings. So okay, I can do it with a printf, which is one way, but I want to have a simple way. Do I have to do it like this? Really? Can I do it on the constructor directly? I cannot, huh? I cannot, I guess. So I have to split it outside. Okay. Okay, yes. We split it outside. I was trying to do it in a simpler way, like in one line, you know, to avoid splitting it in another line. And but if there is no other way, okay, we just split it. Yes. So we call it what is this? Is the sector. So we say f string no sector message equal to this, and then we do, so he creates it, and then we do and then we just do like this. We just do no sector message dot append, and the append should return what I need, right? Why doesn't like, okay, sorry. He's complaining about the parameter of send system error. He's not complaining about the create. He's not complaining about what I was doing. What I was doing was fine. It's just that he couldn't convert it to. But okay, it's fine. It's fine. So probably the way I had it before was okay. Let me try. Because it looked okay to me, but yes, like this, and even probably even like this. Probably even like this was okay. The problem was that in the function, in this function, he wants a char string. So we have to do tchar to ANSI of this, right? And in this case, he will take it. Yes, okay. No, my fault. Just messing around. Okay, we have still few errors. There is this get engine, entity manager, get singular, get engine, find sector. Actually, I think this find sector we don't have anywhere, because again, sector are going to be removed from. There is a I saw. Oh wow, it was exactly what I needed. So entity manager find sector. Okay, I think we can just use the same thing also here, and so go entity manager find sector, and I think it will be fine. Entity manager is undefined because actually I'm not importing all the classes that I need. Should be inside gem though, right? Entity manager I think should be inside gem. Yes. So why? Because probably I'm not importing gem here. Okay, let's say. No, I'm importing gem. I'm importing gem.h. So I should, in theory, should see it. Entity manager is undefined. Do I need to have some forward declaration because it's I don't think so. So entity manager, entity manager is one of the items that we have as a dummy now. I'm just trying to understand why inspo manager is working properly and in my new class is not. Because entity manager is okay. In spawn manager is actually okay. A member. He's a member of the class because it gets initialized with entity manager, I think. Yes. No, because this is so. This is a bit different. We have it. Yes. Let me just check the creation of this. Yes, you see, it does. He gets entity manager as an input, and then he set it on the class. Okay, so in our case it's different. Or we leave it there, or we just keep it for now. Let me think. Let me think. He was trying to get it from the engine, right? But in Gem, we said that we have it where? We have it where? Entity manager is not here. Entity, I think, is like this. Entity manager, we have it inside our class PS server. So we could also do entity manager. No, we could do PS server, entity manager, and then find sector. I think this will trigger that. Okay, yeah. So the error went away. Split target. What is this? Do we have split target in our documentation? Split target. Yes, we have it. Split target. PS split. No, that is a bit different though. As a split target function. Split target function. This is something I don't have. Well, I have it here. No, sorry, this one is not a function, this is an array. Silly me. So, this is an array, it doesn't like to do it this way because it has to convert it to a string, so we need to convert the string to a number, and this thing takes a const char, so yeah, it's the same thing. It's just a two-char to ANSI of this. I don't know why I was looking at it and it looked like a function to me, but it's obviously not a function. Okay, we still have 29 errors to go. You see this number here, 29. When this reaches 0, at least this class will be ported. Okay, and we are going one by one, my friends, one by one. Hello, people number 5. Welcome. Who are you? Who are you? Hey, welcome to the stream anyway. Wow, immediately ran away. After my who are you, it immediately ran away. Disconnected like oh my god. Okay, find sector entity. What is this? Find sector entities. I don't think we have this anywhere. Absolutely. So let me see in the old code, where this thing was. So this thing was inside gem supervisor. Yeah, because we had another server managing the entities like the NPCs, and I think here you're just creating a list of all the objects in the sector. Why I need all this? This one will be done very, very differently. So I think we can. Do we have a gem supervisor? Do we have a gem supervisor in our gem.h? Maybe we do. I don't know. Gem supervisor. Yes, we have. Pretty cool. So we have So we can what if, so we have the point is only that we don't have this thing, right? Yes. So let's just take it for, as a dummy for now, and so it is inside the supervisor. We take this class, we take this method, sorry, and we just put it here as a dummy for now. Anyway, will have to be changed later on. So we go TRA, gem object, find entity, isector, boolean visible, and then what it should return? Should return an array of gem objects. We can just return, I think we can just return null for now. Who cares? So now that error should have gone away, in theory. Yes, it went away. Wow, what is this? CS reg x matcher. Never seen it. Never seen it. What is this thing? CS reg x matcher. Should be so in the old code, remember that when you see white like this, a white background is the old PlaneShift code. When you see black like this is the Unreal Engine code. Okay, so I'm switching between the old and the new. Sorry, I'm switching between the old and the new to understand how it was done previously, to get the information of what that function exactly does, and then trying to convert it to the new engine. If something fails, like I don't know how to convert it, or maybe it's not useful anymore, I just create a kind of a dummy temporarily so that the code compiles, and then we're going to replace it later. Okay, so this is a kind of a tough process all the time in this thing. So csreg x matcher, what the hell is this? Is inside crystal space utils. Okay, matcher for regular expression. If the platform supports it, express wrapper runtime library positive regular expression interface, otherwise use built-in implementation of positive regular expression, borrowed from glib. Both of them utilize compilation of pattern for faster repeated matching user pattern. Although compilation is transparent, you should be aware of the call to match a different flight for compilation patterns to improve performance. Okay. So yeah, this is what is it returns though? It returns an array, we said of, it returns an array of what? Now it takes name filter, it takes a string and it creates this thing, which is, I think internally is kind of an array, right? Let me see, pattern, compiled flag, regex t. Yeah, it's an array of expression matched. So why we need this? Why we're making things so complex? Why we're making things so complex? Name matcher. What is it doing here? We have to understand what this piece of code does, otherwise we'll not be able to understand why we are using this thing. So let's go up and try to understand what this piece of code does, okay? So it's a decode command area. The code command area says decodes an area expression, an area dot expression. So it's, yes, like you have area semicolon something, and it's trying to interpret the area. I don't know, I think we can just freaking exclude it for now. It's checking the access, it's splitting the target based on the different commands he has, it checks the sides, item range. You see, this is kind of the command that is an example of a command, you know, that you should use. I'm very confused about the regular expression though, because it's searching just for map, for here. If was specified a map as range, if not, it does this, then checks the sector, then checks player sector and everything else, then okay, then is getting all the entities from, is getting all the entities of the sector, is getting all the entity of the sector, so all the players and objects around him, and he puts it in this near list. Then he cycles on all those objects. He checks if it's valid. He gets the name of this object, and if not name matcher match. Oh my god. What the fuck is this? Why we are doing it like this? I mean, we're just trying to match. I mean, we're just trying to see if the name is matching. If name matcher match. What is name matcher match doing? Name matcher match is match a string against the pattern, string against which the to make a match, array receiving the local location of the sufficient matches, one or more. So I think that it is a bit of overkill. I don't know why. I don't know if there is a reason that we decided to use the regular expression to just search inside an array of strings. Right? I don't know. I mean, tell me why. Tell me why we do this. I mean, so one thing we can do, we can anyway improve a bit the documentation, because here the documentation is really bad. So let me do it. So all this piece of code is not commented. It's very, very, very hard to read. Like, if sector is not null, and split size is greater than 4, then name field. So it's trying to parse this freaking string, you know, and just checking how many parameters you have, and it's just a bit cryptic in terms of what kind of parameters you need and what it's doing. Players, actors, items, NPCs, and entities. The code command area. I think this one is used for all the command on which you need to. You can input. Yes, like for example, handle guard, right? You can have an area specified. Let me just try something, because I'm getting. I think with an example we can understand it better. So let's launch the old game. Let's launch the old game a second and try to see if I use guard, what kind of options it gives me. If it gives me any options. This is the old game, huh? It's not a real engine. There is Crystal Space. This is the old game that we are trying to port. Okay. So if I do guard, you need to specify a target. Yes, thank you, but I want to know a bit more about this. Is there a way that I can guild commands, group command, item command, GM commands? I think it's a GM command, right? Guard target off. This command allows you to guard an item in the world. You just have to provide a target, which can be an area, and an ID of the current selected target. Right. I just wanted to see the syntax, but so if you say guard area something, yes, it tells you guard area item range map. I don't know. I need a game master to tell me how to use this command. I don't recall it. I don't remember this thing. Maybe if I go, I think we have some guides, right? We have some guides like in the wiki where, let's see if I have a guard thing here. Let's search. Let's search guard and see if by any chance slash guard slash guard. No, it was there, but it's not here anymore. I see. Guard. This command you can guard and unguard items. Once not is unguarded, is supposed to be global usage, blah, additional info, everything. Okay. I don't know. I just want to simplify this thing, but the code is not commented well enough, and so it's very hard to read. I would say it's very hard to read. Is using this reg expression matcher to actually see if let's go to the old code, but it's the same. The code let's check another one, maybe another the code command area, like rotate, like yeah. If you start with an area like who, you can have who with really with a parameter. You can have who area. Applying filter area. Yes. Anyway. I mean, it's kind of interesting. It's a kind of interesting command, but it can take a map here. I mean, this part of the code is pretty well documented, but this other part is not documented at all. It starts to be very annoying. Split size, num filter. Oh, so what is searching this filter is splitting. It's taking basically the last parameter and it puts it in name filter. So it's greater than the 3 takes 3, if it's greater than the 4 takes 4. So it's taking the last parameter, it puts it here, it checks the length to see if it's valid. Then if it's valid, what does it do? It just switching on item name. And this name filter, where does it go? It finds all the entity in game, find sector entity if there is a sector, if not it gets the near list. Okay, so let's say if sector is specified, take all entities in the sector, if not take all the nearby entities. So this is what it does. What it does here. Then here basically for each of the entities found, it gets, what does it get? It gets just the name. I mean, at the end it gets the name. It gets the object name. Get the object name and do what? For each of the entities found, gets the object name. This is where I'm struggling a bit. And then it's trying to match this name with what? It's trying to match this name with this regular expression, right? And the regular expression is doing what? It's trying to match this. The regular expression is coming from this name filter. This name filter is the one that we created before, right? Is this one, this name filter, which takes just the last parameter take just the last. So it's like if you are having, I mean, you can put a regular expression inside name filter, and it's basically loading it here. So it allows us to match the names by a regular expression. Which to me is completely crazy, but anyway, we did it somehow. We did this somehow, right? We did this somehow. So yes, because name, if I understand right, this name filter is the last parameter, right? So can I have so if I do who area, no, if I do who players, can I do players? No, I can do area. I can only do area. Who area? I need a game master. Right now. Let me see if I can find one in our thing is. I need this guy. Maybe this guy knows her. Do you know how to use area commands like guard area something? Can you make an example? Because I'm lost in the code. Okay, I think I found a guy that can help me. I think I found a guy that can help me. I would like to understand like how to use it and if it's really filtering. When using area as a target, the format is area target type range optional qualifier. Area target type range. Yeah, but I mean, are those? So like area items 10. Okay. So if I do area players 10. Interesting. So 10 is the range. 10 is the range. Players is the type of thingies you are selecting. So if I put like items, I guess it will be 0 because. Yes. Okay, I understand. So area players 10. Okay, I see. Okay. I think I understand. The optional parameter. Let's say that the code is not really clear on this, huh? It's not really clear. So players, actors, items, NPCs, entities. The mode is the second parameter of the area, I think. Prime area item range, or is this slash? I mean, I don't know. I'm so confused by the syntax. I mean, this one is a bit annoying. I mean, how it's written is very hard to understand. So I think I will change it because I think there is a area item range. Let me try. Area players 10, and then I go like my name is Erelog, right? I go like FFF. Should be 0. Like Erelog is 1. Erelog star is 1. Okay, you see is kicking in, the regular expression is kicking in. Erelog. It doesn't really work as a regular expression. I don't know. So on and off. Okay. Yeah, so I think I understood it a bit better. So I think we'll make some examples here, otherwise we go crazy. Maybe there are already some examples. Let's say maybe I was searching some. No, there are not examples. So here I think we should improve the description because otherwise is so expression can be like can be like area item range filter, because actually syntax, let's say, oops, what happened? I clicked on something I didn't want to click. Syntax can be area item range filter. No, area items. It's not item, right? It's items. Why say item? Can you use item? Blah blah. Doesn't care though. I can type whatever I want. So I think it's items. No. Guard area items 10. Nothing a specified type in range. Item must be player actor items. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Okay, so yes. So these are just the thingies that you can have, but I think the best. I mean, the best syntax could be if we just do it like this, you know, if we just say what we can specify. So if you use an area, area can be players, actor, items, NPCs, entities. Do we have this message anywhere? Yes, I see. So yeah, it's not very clear even like this, but range is a number. So area is fixed. There is a okay. There is players, actor, items, NPCs, and entities. It is range. It is filter. Um, Players, actors, items, NPCs, entity. There is a number, right, which is range. So we can say, we can put it like this, and then filter is also like this, or it can be, so syntax can be this, example area players 10, then we can say rlo star, so this will find all players in 10 meters area which are named log star something, right? Okay, another syntax can be map. Okay. Um, Another syntax can be uh, um, okay, so the other one is map name. Why it says like this? Map name. Let me go back. Map name. Um, mm, map name. I have no idea. Like guard map granted something. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea how to use it. This map one is very strange. I think we can say we can specify it a bit better. Example, it can be map name. This one I'm not sure how it works, but at least okay. At least we improved a bit the description of this with an example, so we know how it works, and we actually verify that. Let me copy this also to Unreal, so we have, let's say, the same documentation both sides. Which is better idea. Our decode, where is it? So this, oops. So this, okay. I think it's a bit better. At least we understand what this command does. Now, Now this regular expression is basically used to match the name of characters or name of items by a regular expression. So like if you do RL star, it gets all the ones. So yeah. Depending on the command being used, you can replace item with plus and NPC. Yes. Yes. So as you see here, I'm trying to document better this piece of code because it's very hard to read and to understand. And I think if you want to use it later on, yeah. Yes. So let me just check if we are still live on gaming.youtube.com, and you go Unreal Engine 4 if you are still in the list, right? Yes, we are in the list. We are in the list. We actually have 4 viewers. It's pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, sorry, we're just chatting with Benalan about a few things. So okay, so we did this. Let me improve just also, yes, the description of this decode command area. Let's try to put it, if a map was specified as a range, whatever. Name filter, I really would like to understand this. This name filter is the one that goes into the regular expression, right? So he's trying to get the name filter. So if yes, I think it's just simple as that. If there are 4 parameters, it gets the fourth parameter, right? If sector is different than null, so here is that gets the name filter parameter, which is always the last one, right? So that is the point. So he's doing this because he wants to ensure that is the last one. Then here what it does, bool all names equal true if filter names lang name filter equal all names equal false. Okay, so here it just checks if the name is specified or all is specified. Okay, so it is again for the field, the name filter, right? We are always in the name filter thingy. So this we could put a comment here as well. Then it just here is just checking the allowed checks if the item to filter is a known one. I mean is a valid one. Is a valid one. It has to be player sectors and items, NPC and entities. Item actors, okay. I think improving the documentation is very important because it speed up so much the coding later on. When you are reading the code, you don't have to read the code, you just read the comments. It's so much powerful then. So this one we added already. If a sector is if a sector is specified, take only the sector. If not, take all nearby entities. And so here is basically our thing, the one that was confusing us a bit. What is this results used? Is this result used anywhere? Results. Do you see these results used anywhere? I don't see it. Results. Maybe it's used at the end, right? When it does all the work. Return result. No, I don't know. Seems not used at all. So here is it is basically using the regular expression to yeah, it would be handy to guard players to lock them to the floor so they cannot move. Yeah, it would be. So mm, so this one is basically just creating a regular expression. Now let's do a simple one. Let's do $. Um, so I don't think it. I mean, a regular expression are not just star something, right? So they have question marks and parentheses, and you can search. But I don't think. I think this is a bit overkill, you know. So I think it is a bit exaggerated compared to what is the actual functionality. So it seems to be a bit of overkill to put in a regular expression. Now, it's still a good question. So the question is, do we have a way to work with a regular expression in Real Engine? That is the question. So if I go under Unreal Engine documentation and I search for, I think I need a Unreal Engine documentation. I think I need a link, a permanent link here. Let me just bookmark this here. Okay, we're using this browser all the time, so I think it's a good idea. So if I search for regular expression, the fact that nothing comes up is a bit annoying. It's not there, huh? Let's try regex, which may be regex in Unreal Engine. F-regex matcher. Huh, maybe there is. Maybe there is. F-regex matcher. Hey, can you just wait me a second? I'm going to the bathroom like 10 seconds. I will be back, okay? Another day, another C++ class. Yeah. That is. Be right back. Bathroom. Okay? 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so this regular expression seems to do something similar to what we need. It takes a pattern and a string as an input. I think we need to search something. The problem of this documentation is that you never have an example, you know. It's so annoying. I would like to see if there is an example of this regex matcher. Where are we here in the documentation? Let me search again for this regex matcher. Maybe I find it. Regex match get match ending. Yeah, regex match get ending. Meh. Okay, so this one is this one. I'm using fregex matcher. I would like to know which features are supported, which are not. I found the syntax, blah blah blah. Regular expression, do you know which feature? Depending on the library, it's a very good thing. I would like to know. Personally, I would like to know how you used it. How did you use it? Maybe there is an example here. Fregs pattern, my pattern text. Okay. Regex matcher, my matcher, the pattern of this text. Okay. My matcher, find next. Okay. Sorry, it's too small for you to see, so I'm making it a bit bigger so you can also follow a bit what we are doing. Rexpad my pattern text. So this one is the same. This one is the same. If my matcher find next. NP my matcher get beginning, get matching, get warning, get match beginning, get match ending. Warning, text, regex, I. But anyway, seems pretty much what we want to do is just that. So what do we have here? We are creating a name matcher with this name filter. This is the regular expression, right? This is our regular expression. So let's keep this for now. So I have to, let's try to copy this part and see how we can adapt it, okay? Also the if matcher find next. So here we are, I think we have to import fmath to be able to have this include regex. Okay, we have to include regex. Not a problem. On include is not a problem. Then we create the pattern. So my pattern is basically our name filter, right? So I can call it my pattern, but I have to put here inside my name filter. So it's what we type. It's what we type in the command, right? The last parameter. Okay. Then with this my pattern, we are trying to match. We're trying to match things. I'm just trying to understand where he uses this. Name matcher match. Yes, there is the thing. If match nearby continue. So for all, so he's cycling for object count, near object, near list, near object, get instance, if all names. So basically here is extracting the object of the item found, and then it's trying to see if it matches. So I think our this piece of the code should go here, because we should match my pattern with this name, right? Yeah. So basically instead of this we need to have something like reg matcher, my pattern. So we're just taking this, and then here is the object name, which in this case we would like to match without case. I don't know if it did is matching it with case or not. I have no idea. If there is a way to force, in the matcher, the case unsensitive. Why documentation on this thing is not working properly? I mean, why I cannot see? No idea. Okay. So is there a way to make it case insensitive? I think no. I don't know if it's by default. I have no idea. Does it work in PlaneShift? If I type the name, like before I was doing who errorlog. If I do errorlog lowercase, yes, this is doing it insensitively. Yes, so this works also insensitive. Okay. So maybe it will not be perfect that way. Maybe it will not be perfect. Could be. Okay. Okay. Just putting some graphics on screen so people will say, "Oh, it's doing something in graphics. The code is ended. The code is done." No, this code is not done. But anyway, just to show a bit of graphics here and there. The old game, huh? This is the old game, not anymore. We have a statue there, which is pretty cool. I remember when we did this. We have a statue. The problem are the lights. The lights are pretty bad in this engine. The lights are. I mean, everything looks a bit flat. You know, everything looks flat. Yeah, so yeah, this statue is pretty cool. He's an actual player. I mean, he's an actual player. Just yeah, made it in the shape of a statue. Okay, so I think this reg matcher is okay. I mean, it's what we need. The only problem, I don't know if it does it case sensitive or insensitive. I have no idea. That is probably the only thing that we should keep as a fix me. We should check if it's sensitive or not sensitive. Then my matcher creates that if we find an object. What was the previous code? If name matcher does not match, because this is not, does not match, then continue. Okay, so it's searching again. If it finds at least one match, Yeah, but the problem is that here is doing it differently. There is just finding the next match. So we should change this part because it's not like this. I think all of this should go here, should go down here. Wait a second. If not, because it is if not all names. So if it's all not all names goes here. If he all names, I don't understand this logic though, because if it's all names, this it goes here anyway. So switch mode, target players, target actors, target items, target NPC, and then it pushes the new item into the thingy. So for each of the objects, right, it is for each of the objects. So this cycles on what? Cycles on the near list. Yes, it cycles on the near list. I don't know why we have this I think these two lines, I mean, it's much better if they go here and here we have a comment. So we'll do it in the old code as well, so we keep it consistent. But these two lines is much better if they go here. And now here is for each of the entity. Yes, for each of the entity found, get an object name. So it is cycling for all the entities. So it's cycling here for all the entities, and it is trying to find a match. If it doesn't find a match, so the only problem I have is this with these all names, because I'm inside this thingy that I don't understand what it does. So it just keeps the one. If it's all names, basically it should execute. You should skip this check, right? You should skip this check if it's all names. You should skip this, because if it's all names, he has to do it anyway on all the object, not just on the one that we filtered. So if it's all names, I think you should execute all this code. Yes. Well, I can probably do. I think it's pretty simple. I can probably do, if he finds a match, he continues. If he doesn't find any match, he stops, right? So how do I do this? Is find next? Is there a function that counts? Find next. Okay. Get limit end. Get match beginning. Set now. Okay, let's just do something like this. It's easier. Match found equal false, and then we say match found equal this match shall find next. No, sorry. If match shall find next, match found equal a true. Okay. So is if he finds at least one, it's yeah. If he finds at least one, he's setting this variable to true, and so at this point we can continue. If match found, if not match found, then continue. Okay, so this should be the same as before, right? This should be the same as before. So we basically skip if we don't find a match, and if we find a match, we continue. The stupid thing is that we are doing the match with a regular expression all the time. fully with all the objects, which I don't know if is a great idea, but I mean, it's not something that we should use for proxy lists or things like that, because otherwise it becomes super slow, right? So I think we should not use it for real-time things, but okay. So I think this we can then remove. So that is the change. Now in our conversion code, I think we can say just to look at that piece of code. Maybe it's easier, because otherwise we become crazy on this conversions. I mean, I can edit this and I can go cs regex matcher, cs regex, so here okay, cs regex matcher. What is cs reg? Yeah, cs regex matcher. So if you find this, the actual class is a mix. I mean, is this one, and I would say check message manager.cpp line whatever 200 and something, 234, right? I don't think I can type here all the conversion needed, but at least we have an example, right? Okay, we can save it. Wow, this one was tough, huh? This one was a bit of a complex. Okay, anyway, I think we have it. I mean, we didn't test it yet, but I think it does what it has to do. Now here we still have a few problems. We have get client ID on gem object, it doesn't exist, which I think we should add. We should add a dummy at least. Get client ID. Yes, gem object and client ID is super simple. It's something like that. Declaration, just this. uint32t. uint32t. We use it, right? Okay. So let me pick this definition. Well, we have it here. Gem. Anyway, it's gem object. We go to gem object. I feel I'm starting to get a bit more used to this. I mean, the first day that I restarted, I felt a bit like it was taking a lot of time to understand things. Now it seems to be slightly better. I think I move a bit quicker between these classes. Return what? For now, let's return 0. Really, who cares? Is a dummy. Everything that we have here in gem.h is just a dummy to be able to compile, and then mainly proxy lists, sectors, clients, references will have to be redone in Unreal. But for now, we want to still be able to compile this file, so we have it on Unreal Engine. And then when we have it there, even if there are some dummies, we will go function by function and start to use the function that we need. And at that point, only in the particular function we will start the real conversion. You know, the real. I mean, not the real conversion. The conversion is done, but the real fix of the parts that we didn't convert yet. Right? So some pieces have to be fixed anyway. So. Okay. Right. Get client ID. I'm just waiting that this thing is compiling, because I think it's not giving me any errors. 3 errors. Really? So we removed all the errors in this file. It would be nice. No, 24. Okay. Yeah, I was still thinking. It was still thinking. Format. Format. We have the translation already. Format. We have the translation. Is I have to assign it to a string and then do this. So new target equal f string the text of this thing, close parentheses, and this should be fine, right? The same for this guy, string text, close the parentheses here, and this should be fine. The same here. Okay. The same here. It seems there are a lot that are all the same, which I really like. The more they are repetitive, the quicker we go. The quicker we go through the errors. Okay. Here there is a is result empty. If it's an array, we can just say if result and is enough. No. Wait. No. Probably not. Is empty on array. How did we translate it? Num equal to 0. Okay. Num equal to 0. Okay. Then we have still a few of the typical ones. The get data save, the slice, and this kind of thing is. So to start with is examine. So response start with examine. So the difference is just the case, no? True ignore case, and so I just have to change that. So if it's true, I have to put the ignore case, and it should be already correct. Yes. Isn't it funny that a function of crystal face written like 20 years ago is exactly identical to the Unreal Engine 1, right? So I don't know if these guys were speaking to each other at the time, or if one took ideas from the others. I don't know, but there are so many functions that are basically exactly the same, right? It's just one parameter difference, but like the name is the same or the syntax is the same. It's very weird. Okay. So the get data save, actually we can just delete because it's not used anymore. We just have to convert, I think, to just have to convert from f string to const char. Yes. So we do a teacher. Well, here I don't know. Maybe we could just change the function, but I don't have any willingness to do it now. So let's just convert it. So we do a kind of a double conversion here, but it's okay. I don't think it's a big issue. Right? Okay. Now we have only 4 arrows left in this file. In this file, friends. In this file. Hello, people number 5. Welcome to the stream. If you want to type on the chat, I would be happy to hear from you, whoever you are. If you cannot type on the chat, you can just register on a Google account. Okay, so we slice. So we have, yes, this slice. We already know the conversion. The conversion is, if I have one number like this, slice 5, I just right chop 5. If there is only one parameter, it's assumed that the second will be -1, so the end of the string. Okay, okay. So we have to right chop 5. Sorry, 4 in this case. And is this returning the string, or it chopped the string in place? No, returns the string. Okay, so the same here, the same here, the same here. So we write chop, and then we compare. Okay, so the fifth person ran away. He ran away so quickly. So I understand that this coding part is not the most exciting, but we have to do it. We have to do it. Compare no case, I think we have as well. Compare no case, the difference is that returns true if equal, returns 0 if equal, so we have to do a compare and add this thingy. Compare, and then we do comma this, and we check. Wait a second. And the string compare is equal to 0. So I think I have to do this. Okay. Okay. So this file is converted. This file, it took quite a bit, but this file is converted. It took us 1 hour, I think, or more, 2 hours. Yeah, but this file is converted. So it's compiling okay. You see, it doesn't have any errors here on the right side. The errors you see at the bottom are from other files. In particular, our user manager file, which is the next one we're going to do. We actually did a lot of it, but we didn't do all because it was super huge. I mean, this file is 3,000 lines, right? It's 3,000 lines, so there is a lot potential errors here. Now that we have this message manager in, we can actually subclass. You say subclass here from message manager, which is the point why we ported it. Right? There is the reason why we ported it, and we should just ensure that does it sees this class message manager. I think we should be able to see it. If not, we just import, we just include. Yeah, I think we have to include this. So we include msg manager.h. Right? Okay, so this one now is properly extending from message manager, and so some of the errors that we had should go away. All right. Ask the right question, huh? This red text is just awful. Why we have this red text on top? Why this guy is not answering too high? And should answer too high. I mean, minimum as a high. Why this NPC? Why this NPC doesn't answer too high? Boys? Uranus. Uranus. Why Uranus doesn't answer to I? He's not a nice guy, huh? This guy answers to I. What? 5 blank responses? What the fuck is this? What is 5 blank responses? She answers greetings at least. Yes. What is 5 blank responses? I think it's a kind of a riddle, huh? It's a kind of a small puzzle, huh? 5 blank responses. Jedonek. Can we remove this red text? It's so annoying. Greetings, citizen. Please be aware of the laws you are expected to follow within our city. Please be aware. Please be aware. There is a typo there, boys. Wow. Jadonek. I lost myself already. I lost myself. And this guy. Uranus. Uranus. Yes. You're here, huh? You're sneaking on me, huh? Okay, so what else? Yeah, I was waiting this user manager to recompile and see the errors, so we can go through this. It's a pretty huge file, by the way. Pending dual invite, pending invite. This pending invite, we can try to see. We can try to see in the old code how was it. So pending invite is here. Where is this pending invite defined? Invite manager. You see, dependencies are kicking in again. There is another class which is dependent on the other one, which we may decide to convert if we want. It's pretty small. It seems pretty small. Invite manager. So let me see. This invite manager, what does it do? Invite manager, pending invite. So this class is a super class for all the player-to-player invitations, such as inviting to a group, a guild, a duel, an alliance, a guild, or a tourney. Yeah, I think we need this. I think we need this one, right? I think we need this one. Do we want to port it now? Oh my god. I have zero willingness to do it. Zero willingness to do this. But it looks useful because it is the one that has all the functions to actually invite people, reject invitations, handle specific answer, check for spam. Pretty cool. What is check for spam? If people are continuously inviting you, yeah, so they get annoying, so like they go, do you want to duel? You say no. Do you want to duel? And you say no. Do you want to duel? So they continue to bug you, on the same invites, and so we have a system for checking for spam. Pretty cool. We have spam points. So you get spam points. Very nice. Let me just see if we need to port this now, because again I have zero willingness to do it, but I have zero energy. No energy I have, but I don't want to do this one. If we could finish user manager without that class, I would prefer, because so we can really move forward, with our interaction client side. But let's see where this is used. Okay, it's used in pending dual invite, which is probably one of the classes. Yeah, also pending mount invite. There are two at least. Invite or invitee, true, question, accept, decline. You ask for a. You have been asked, is accepted to be. I mean, can mounts accept or not accept to be your mount? Well, what does it mean? I mean, you ask for a mount and the horse says no. What is the point of this piece? What is the point of this piece? But anyway, I mean, on the mount invite, I don't think it makes a lot of sense, but on the dual invite, definitely makes sense. So we may want to we may want to port that piece. We may want to port that piece. Should we do it? Should we do it? I don't know who's still alive watching, but if you are watching, you should say yes or no. And based on what you say, I will start to port it or not. If you don't answer in 30-40 seconds, I will just decide myself. Should we port the invite class? Answer randomly, yes or no. Do it. No one is here, huh? You're watching, but you're not listening, huh? You are listening. We should port it, eh? The invitation system, we should port it. I think we should port it. Okay. I mean, we should port it. We can port it. We can port it. I mean, I think it's good to port because we need this class now, and every single piece that we port is anyway good. Every single piece we can put in is good. The only point is that if we do it now, there will be at least another half an hour of porting that thing. But okay, let's port it. Decision taken. So if we want to port that thing, we should take it from the old source code and go under what is this? Invite manager. Invite manager is not too big. I mean, this class is not huge, so I think we have a chance to port it fairly quickly, depending on the complexity. But so if I go here on the server, I put this class, I copy it here, and I put it under server. Right? Boom. So we have a new invite manager. Copyright 2003. Pretty good. And we cut off this. We cut off this. Okay. Huh. How many other dependencies this thing will have? That's the question. How many other freaking dependencies? Like, for example, I see already a question manager. Because question manager is defining pending question. What is question manager? You see, the problem of porting pieces is that then you get into an infinite sequence of so question manager is question that general request of information from the user, like type of a question is sent to some client showing appropriate UI to present the question to the user. User chooses answers from the UI. Answer is sent to the server, which somehow reacts to the user decision. And answer the question automatically times out after some time. They are removed. The question framework can be extended to support any form of questions. Images, I really like. I send you an image as a question. Wow. We were really thinking big, huh? Send an image in terms of a question. Okay. If you want to create a new kind of questioning UI, you will need to add new question type, right handle on the client side, blah blah blah. Nice documentation, by the way. This class is a super class for all the questions. Any kind of new question. So what does he has? He has an ID of the question, the next ID. Client handle each question differently. All data somehow displayed to the user. Is this used by quests as well? I think it is. It's called when the user sends an answer to the question. Blah blah blah. Keeps track of all the questions that are pending. Let me just check if because sooner or later we will have to move quest manager as well, right? Which I think we didn't port yet, but we will have to port quest manager. So I'm just wondering if quest manager is using question manager or not. Quest manager doesn't look like. It's just a message manager. The message manager is the one that we just ported, so that's good. So one piece that we have. But quest manager, let me see if he has any question here. What is the name, for example, of some of the objects, like pending question? Let me check if he has pending question inside of this. Current document, no. It's not using it. So, okay. So those questions are like, do you want to dual? Do you want to? I don't know. Where is this thing used? Because maybe it is. Can I search the wall thing for pending question? Entire solution. I mean, entire solution is a bit too much. Let's say current project. Okay, let's say current project. Pending question. Okay, question manager, obviously. An invite manager, which is the one that we are willing to move now. in pending loot prompts. So when you are looting things and he asks you which kind of loot you want, there is also, yeah, so I think we need that. We need it for loot. Pending question and the answer. But sorry, but all of this spawn man, we already ported spawn manager. Why we didn't hit this yet? So for example, spawn manager. Let me go check. Spawn manager. Spawn manager. Handle question. Handle question. What? No, sorry. Handle answer. Handle answer. Okay. Pending question we have. Do I have it in my trash bin? I mean in my gem.h? Probably is there. Most likely. Yeah. Most likely is just a dummy now. Gem.h, yes, pending question. Okay, so in reality this code doesn't really work, so we have to, I mean, we can port it. I mean, I'm not scared of porting classes. I think we can, if those are useful, we should do it. If those classes are useful, we should port them. So we learned that we have to port question manager as well if you want to use the invite system and that thing. So let's do this. We're adding more and more classes, huh? But I think yeah, we have to. So this one is 2005, huh? It's a bit better. This one is 2005, but the CPP is 2003. Okay. So the question is, are there any other dependencies from this class to anything else? Oh my god, this class is big. How big it is? No, I put in quest manager, not question manager. I made a mistake. Quest manager, for now, no thank you. Too big. Really too big. Question manager, yes. Why did I copied the wrong file? Question manager. Okay. Let me do it again. Bang! Yeah, no. Yes. What is the issue? What is the issue? Question manager. Okay. So they have to redo it because they copied the wrong file. So, but yeah, that's why the dates were uneven, because it was actually the wrong file. So I don't know how many other dependencies we have, but I hope it is kind of the top of the three, you know, the top of the, so maybe we don't have other dependencies. Hey, I see new people joined. We have 6 people watching. So if you just joined, it would be nice if you can just say hello in the chat so I know who you are, or anyway, I see you are alive. That motivates me to go on and to continue this project, right? If you cannot type, you have to register to a Google account. All right. Oh, it's you, Emily. Okay. Nice. Welcome. I'm working already since few hours. I'm working since I don't know how much we are. Since how much we are live, I think like 2 hours or so. Yeah, potentially 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours. We are still swimming, I would say, in the code, porting pieces. Mainly at the moment we are porting question manager, which is basically the way people ask to other players something, like for example if they ask to duel, or if they ask to exchange, or if they ask to I don't know what else. So it's a kind of a, yeah, it's a kind of a framework to um, yeah, to enable that. So do we have a messages.h? We don't have it, right? I think in the future we will need one if we go the way we discussed yesterday. So I'm porting this question manager, which then will allow us to port the invite manager, which then will allow us to remove an error in user manager, which are the three classes that we are trying to port now. Okay. So yeah. So the plan for today is to be is to do question manager .cpp and h, is to do so there is the father of everything. Then we have a sub one, which is invite manager .cpp and .h, and then we have the one that we were trying to do, which is user manager.cpp and .h. So we are trying to convert these three thingies, and basically here is where we started. Then we found these dependencies, because unfortunately one is dependent on the other. So we found that this one was dependent from this one was dependent from this, and so we had to do it. But in this one, with the user manager, we want to do it because it's the one that allows our NPC to answer. Okay, so here we have our blah 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 thing, right? So here is where the NPC are blah blah blah, and so we need this. And there is another way than going through this work, right, and doing these three classes. How much it will take? I don't know. This one, the question manager, I think is pretty quick, maybe half an hour. Invite manager, I don't know, I think maybe another half an hour. User manager, maybe 1 hour. User manager is the tough one because it's very big, so I think this one alone will maybe 1 hour and a half. I don't know. I still have to, but just to give you a sense. So it's not something that we do in 10 minutes, unless we are very lucky. Maybe we are lucky. Let's see, because depends on how different these classes are from Unreal. So how many? Like for example, in this .h, there are only 4 errors, and all the 4 errors are super easy. So it's only, we just have to change CS string to F string, and it's done. So like this file is like 1 minute. Replace all in the current document. Yes. Then we go here and we do the same. Replace all in the current document. Yes. Only one? How is it possible? We had 3 on the other side. Okay. Yes. So yeah, that's the plan. So is it a very exciting plan? I don't know. I might take a break in about 1 hour from now, I think, because maybe I play one game for a bit, and I have dinner, right? So maybe 1 hour from now. So let me see if this class is okay. It just needs the CS hash, but CS hash, we know how to convert them. We exactly know how to convert them. Is is, how is it? Is CS hash. Let me go to types. Is here. We need to remember the swap. Yes. So it becomes a T map, but we have to remember to swap. I'm always looking at this file because I don't want to make mistakes, you know. So if it's empty, what we do? We add int at the start, right? Yes. If it's empty, we add int at the start. So we do int of pending question. Nice. Ouch. PlaneShift client crashed. You should like it. It's taking a lot, but yes. Okay, so the .h of question manager is done, but usually .h is super simple. Okay? Now let's see the errors that we get on the CPP. Let's see the errors that we get. Well, for sure some of these includes are not real anymore. So like the server console, log. I don't think we have a util log, right? No, we don't. The util event manager, we don't have. Our event manager is inside gem, so we should include instead of this, we should include gem. Include gem is under server gem.h. Then this other includes what question manager we have. Okay, is our class. Client we don't have, globals we don't have. For now I'm commenting them because maybe they will be useful to know that those were generating some dependencies, but I think we don't need it. You crashed the game? Huh, you see? Useful. Yeah. But is there any bug, any known bug? Maybe there is. On music, does it happen often or is it just? Let me see if I can lure some people into this. Okay, so I'm just trying to lure more people into the channel, into the live stream. Just inviting random people. No, not random people, but people from the chat. Okay, so it's a specific music file. Okay. With multiple instruments, I say. That part of the code, I think we can port to Unreal. The music, I mean, the playing something will be different, but I think all the logic of the score, the notes, and everything else, I think is still valid. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think we can reuse a lot of that. We have a lot of very nice functions in PlaneShift, the code base. I mean, we have a lot sorted out already. Okay, so any game that wants to build a new MMO from scratch, you know, we'll have a lot to do. We have less to do because we can inherit so much from the old game. So I think we have an advantage. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I think we have an advantage. So in this file there is not much, there are just some errors. I think we can do them immediately, so we clean them up. The errors is very easy to do. It's just to take this line and put it in. We just have to think, what is it? Is a question manager, we can go log temp. Yeah, why not? I think it's okay. I think log temp is okay. Let's do the same here. There are error messages in case something goes wrong. There's another one here, which is fine, and that's it. This class is very small anyway. Huh? This class is very small, so we should port it easily. There are few things like the subscription. Subscription we can remove. I don't think we need any of this. CH pending question. They should become a tmap, like we said. Should become a tmap. It doesn't have a key, so we should add it, which is an int. Global iterator doesn't exist in Unreal. It's called iterator. Get iterator doesn't exist. It's called create iterator. Right? Then being a tmap, we should the next doesn't exist. We have just to cycle like this and get the value, delete the value, and then proceed once to get all the inputs. Okay. Yeah, this is just the destructor anyway, so I don't know if we need it, but anyway, I will do it like this. Okay, so and say hello. Question response message. There is one of the messages that we miss, we don't have yet, I think. So let's just check in the old code, and I think we can just move it dummy for now. Right? We just move it dummy. And then we will fix it later, because again, I don't want to fix everything now, otherwise it will take forever. I want to do step by step, piece by piece. Right? So there is the question response message, which we can, I think, place still in our parking lot. Let's call it parking lot, which is this gem.h. I can go here where we have all the different messages and just add a new one. And I just add this one. I don't need all of it. I think I just need like the C string. I don't need this. I don't need all this. I don't need all this. I don't need. I just need the yeah. I just need the constructors to exist. It is all I need. And the rest we can leave it empty like this. So it's like a stub, you know, like a dummy thing. You remember C++? Nice. Yeah, you should to say hello. You have to register, I think, a Google account, or if you have a Google account, just log in and then say hello. Okay, so we have this now. What else? So we added this question response manager, so the error went away. You see, now it's no more with error. And we have this get, which we have to understand tmap. So we have to search for a tmap get and see how we convert it. Tmap get should be here somewhere. So it's CSH, which becomes, so it's probably this line, CSH get key fallback. Yes, it becomes tmap find ref of key. We don't have a specific fallback, but I think it's fine. I think it falls back to null anyway, so I think it should be fine. Hello, Nathan. Nice to see you. We are deep into the code, so we are yeah. we are trying to convert few classes that are relevant to our user interaction between players and NPCs. We are trying to convert these classes, and the classes that we have to convert actually are three: question manager, invite manager, and user manager. We are working on the first one, which is question manager, which seems simple enough. So it seems that we are not, let's say, we should not take too much to do the question manager. So I'm going through it. We're pretty much at the end. There are like 5 errors left on this one, so there is a chance we do it relatively quickly. Delete all. So this is delete all. What is this delete all? Delete all, if it's a CH, it's just empty. But there is a delete all with a parameter. If used as a tmap, meaning no duplicate keys, then we can tmap remove name. Interesting. So we have to assume that the question ID is unique. Yeah, but I think we can assume this. Should not be a problem. We assume is unique. So we can remove and then put the name. Okay. I think it's fine. What else? We have pending question. No instance of constructor, match the argument list of an int and signed int. So here we have a mismatch between our constructor and the code for some reason. Because I didn't copy the constructor, that's why. Yeah, that's the only reason. I didn't copy the constructor, so I have to search for this. Wait. No, wait a second. I just want to copy this. Can I copy this? Okay. I think we should have a constructor like, yes, these two, you see? These two constructor, I think we can take, copy, put it here, remove all the text inside because we don't need to construct anything. We just need, again, as a kind of a dummy class, and we should just ensure that the types are correct. Int, question type, message entry should all be okay, and this error should in theory go away. Theory. We have 8 people watching. It's nearly a record. 8 people watching. Pretty cool. Thanks for joining. So why this error doesn't go away? I think it's still okay. Let's work. Still working probably, but let's go on the other one. So questions put. These questions. What is this questions? Question is what is it? Questions. Pick definition is a tmap. Is a tmap of pending questions. Okay. So you have to put something into a tmap. How do I do it? Put something into a tmap. I can just add. Okay, I can just add. So the add in is the same, ID and question. Okay, this one is resolved. Now let's do the delete all first, which is probably the easier. So the delete all from a tmap is just empty. So, but here's a parameter. So we said we can do remove. Okay, we can do remove. Okay, the same as above. We still have two arrows left in this file. Your cat is watching? Nice. Send us a picture of your cat. So we have 2 arrows left. This one and this one. Maybe for you guys that you just joined, we will take a small break and I will show you something graphical, okay? Because a small break, I mean a small break from the code. So let me launch the editor just for fun, okay? So I will show you a bit of Unreal Editor and how it works, so that maybe you get some you get interested, okay? So I'm launching the Unreal Editor, which is basically an application that you use to make games. It's pretty cool. This is what we have in the editor, and if I open one map, for example, I open the main Hidla map. It takes a bit to load, but 27, 30, 53 is loading up. We basically have inside the editor, so inside this thingy, we have the map. You know, we have our map, we have our city. Now the city is not full, right? Because we just imported the main piece. Now the shadows are not great. The reason is that in the editor is trying to render things in a simpler way. Okay, but you see, for example, the water. The water is very cool. Also, some of the particles are disabled because, again, the editor is trying to keep things kind of simple. Right? And then what you can do, you can, let's say, I mean, if you want to move something, you can select an object, move it, and put it in another place. Right? So you can basically edit the world based on the entities. So if I want to move this thing here, I can move it here and such, right? So it's pretty cool. So you can do, basically you can create levels, or say building blocks in a 3D application, and then you can just assemble the level here, right? While in the past we were doing something very different. So we were assembling it all together in a 3D application, and then when that was done, we couldn't change anything anymore. We have to go back to the 3D application. If you want to see it lit, unfortunately, I think the overall light is not showing properly. I mean, the sunlight for some reason is not showing at the moment, so it looks like it is in the evening, right? Like it is at night. There are no connected levels, so for example, if I go here and I try to go through the entrance, you see it's closed. The reason is that the other level is actually not here, it's not loaded yet, right? But at the moment we are not testing, say, too much about the graphics. We are just trying to enable players to use this, right? To actually play on it, right? And so if I launch the client and the server, what I get, I mean, if I launch the Unreal client and server that we already ported, what I get already a character creation screen, right? So which is what we have at the moment. So you see this one is already Unreal, okay? Now, do we want to keep it exactly like this in the future? Maybe not, in the sense that maybe the login will be improved and will be different. But for now, we try to keep it as similar as the old, right, as the old game. It is a bit different. You select here your hero, you click on play, and now you are into the game, right? And it is already Unreal. It's already PlaneShift Unreal. Right? It's already the new engine. The lights are a bit off, but as you see, I mean, the first thing that you see, which is probably a bit different, is the stencil shadows. So the shadow of my hero here is pretty good compared to what we had in the past. Right? So in the past we didn't have real shadows; we just had dummy shadows, and I mean, this will already be a benefit. You see the nice water and some particle effects. Now, these are just tests, anyway. So also the particle effects can definitely be improved, right? These are just, say, some tests that we did. And then now what I'm testing, and is the whole thing that I'm doing now, is when I approach an NPC. Yeah, she's inside the ground, but don't care about it. When I approach an NPC, I get this nice menu, right? Well, this menu, and when I click on stuff, I would like this to work. So I'm working on enabling the chat so that we can speak with her, and the description so that I can get her description. Okay? These are the things that I'm trying to work on now. Okay. That's it. Demo completed. Yeah. To do that, I have to go through some C++ class conversion and then some real engine coding. Okay. So here we have this. We were on this cancel message, right? It is missing. Why is missing? This class doesn't exist. Okay. So we were searching for this cancel message. Okay, we can copy this for now and put it in our parking lot, which is here. Again, we don't need the conversion of strings. We don't need the content. I don't care at the moment. All this would be different, so you don't need it. We check the types. All the types are fine. So this class should work okay. Alright. Should work okay. So let's see if it compiles now. I think we had one error left. Let's see if this one at least is okay, and if it's okay, I think we can move to the next one. Is it okay? I never know, because it takes so much time for the compiler to actually. I think it's okay. No, there is still this one. Okay, there is still this one. Why doesn't like it? Message question client num. Client num is an int. And in reality, what does he want? Doesn't want an int. Yeah, he wants an int. It's the const char. Okay, is this one? Is the question, because the question is an f string. Okay, easy enough. So we just convert it to like this to const char, and we are fine. Okay, so this file should be completed. So I would say in our roadmap here, in our small roadmap, I think we have this one done. You happy about it? Are you happy about it? GG! Okay, you should be. Because it's one step forward to having PlaneShift in Unreal. So you should. You should. Okay. Now, invite manager CPP and H. Okay, this one is slightly bigger. I see there are few errors. There are not too many errors. I mean, on the H file, how many errors we get? Well, this one is just C strings to be converted, so this one is pretty easy. So we just change C string to F string everywhere, and we do the same here. Okay, there is already a good thing. Then we just check if there is anything else. I don't think there is anything else. I think this is for the H file. That's all the errors it found. Hello, people number 5. Welcome. Someone just joined. I don't know. Maybe it's you that went back and forth, but anyway. We had a +1. We have a +1. It takes so much. It takes like 1 minute to freaking. Okay, it did it. Okay, you see, there are no errors anymore. So this class is good. Now, invite manager CPP will be slightly harder, as I imagine. So we can remove this. We can remove this, and this. We can all these things can go away. Okay, so we leave only the gem.h, which is our parking lot, and invite manager, which is our top class. I think we need a question manager though, no? Isn't this the reason why we put it in? I don't know. It's probably inside invite manager. Huh? Yes, question manager, exactly. It's in the H file. Okay. So 6 people watching, +1. Pretty good. Welcome. Get dual client count. What is this? MVT, get dual client count. I have no idea what is this thing, to tell you the truth. Get dual client count. Let's search it on the old code. Remember, white is old code, black is new code. All open documents. So what is this? Declaration. There is no description. So yeah, there is no description, unfortunately. So I think we have to learn what is it. Get dual client count, dual clients get size. Thank you. Dual clients. What is this? Because they can be multiple. I mean, you can dual multiple people at the same time. No, you cannot, right? Dual clients get size. Announce dual clients. Dual client get connection. Find dual client ID. Attacker. This guy is dual U. You have dual this guy. This guy is dual U. Okay, I don't know. I don't know why it's multiple, but who cares? I mean, let's assume that it's okay. I don't think you can dual multiple people, right? Or you can. I don't know. I never tested it, but I think you should dual one. Or maybe you can dual multiple, and then the first one that answers you. Yeah, maybe that's the way it is. Right? You dual people, and then maybe dual 2-3 guys, and the first one that answers you start the duel. No, yes, but what I'm saying is that if you are a player, you go around and you click on dual, 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 dual on multiple people. That's probably the reason, you know. Hello, people number 7. Welcome. He ran away immediately. As soon as I said that, it's 6 again. Holy. Okay. So I think we should port at least this line, this get dual client count, blah blah blah, panic invite. So I think we should do it, and then we will see, because client side at the moment we don't have this. Yeah, you have the spam invite, right? You have the spam. If you continue to do it, you get spam. Yeah. Okay. So this one we miss. No. Now it says it's okay. Why? Okay. I don't know. Now we have some errors in get data, the mythical get data. So the get data gets changed into simplest way, just to remove it, like we said, and just change this to be a const char, because this will not like it. So we need, let me check, is all f strings? I think all this, for all this it will throw an error. It will not be happy about that. I think we will have to convert all of this to constant char. In particular, invite acceptance, invite name, inviter name. Yes, this because system, send system okay. It's so slow in freaking compiling. Do you see how much time it takes before it's doing the check to the class? Wow, it's so slow. My PC is pretty good, but it's taking so much. We're still thinking some. Okay, why thanks? Let's change the get ticks. I think the get ticks we have the translation is the time. So yes, we need time. Just time 0 is the same. Is exactly the same. So we basically initialize the time. We just need to be sure that we include C time at the beginning. If it's not included, we will include it. Then there are a few other things. There's another get ticks, which we can change this way. The other point is that CS ticks has to be changed with time t. With time t. This one I think we can do a massive substitution. We can just say CS tick to time t current document matching. Yes. 3 occurrences. Okay, I think it was more. Then there is all the spam thing, this check for spam, which is exactly what you were saying, Emmeline. So that we have we have some pieces of the code that are handling the spamming of the thingies. Wait a second, I just remember that I want to do something quick. 1 second. One second more, and I'm there. Okay, I'm here. So yes, we have to convert all these functions. Now, all these functions I think are not yet existing. Let me see, because yeah, the inviter is basically our client. Why we have it on the client, by the way? But anyway, there are all these functions about get spam points, decrement spam points, set warned. I mean, all of this I think is fine. We can just put it in the parking lot, assume that we will have those kind of functions, and that's it. Which is on the client of client.h. I think all of this, we can take all of them. Who cares? I mean, we can get last invite time. I think we can start from here. Yes, all of this. I think all these functions we can just copy to the other side, and that's it for now. In our client at the moment is not being ported. I mean, the client class has not been imported, so it's still in the parking lot class, I think. So if I go here and search for client, I think he's actually here. Yes, he's here. So we have a lot, but I'm thinking to avoid making it too verbose. What can we do? Well, the CS stakes should be all time t. Results, points. Okay. I mean, much of this can just be like this. I mean, I don't think we need all these functions to actually have a logic for now. We will just all the ones that are returning void. I think we are just clearing out. For these ones, we would just say return true, maybe false, this has been penalized. This one we just destroy. This one we just false. This one we just destroy. I don't want to keep code. It doesn't make sense anyway for now. So it's just dummy functions. And yeah. Return last invite time. I think we can just return 0 for now. And that's it. Okay. I think it should be fine. We moved all this dummy functions in this thing for now. So going back to our invite manager now, a lot of these functions should now exist. Is complaining about question message question type. Where is this defined? Where is this defined? Question, yes, question message, question type is an anon, is an enumeration inside question message. Yeah, we don't have it. I think we have it though. Let me check. Question message in gem. Yes, we have it. So probably it's just we are not including gem properly. Because let me check. Invite manager. Yeah, we're not including gem. That's the point, I think. No, gem is included. Is here. Gem.h is included. So why doesn't like this? Check for spam. Maybe because the type is not the same. Any suggestions? Okay. Okay. Check for spam, client type, and the spam point. So this is invited, person type. It should be okay. I don't know why he complains about it really. In fact, now he's not complaining anymore. I don't know. Sometimes it's strange. We still have one missing, which is incremental advisor points. Which is incremental advisor points. If I go to client and I search incremental advisor points, it's this one we should add to our client gem.h. Where am I? Client. I found this thing at the top super cool. I mean, very, very, very usable. It's just so nice. And this one, I think we can just do like this. Okay, so it's not needed to. By the way, all these things at the end are not needed. I think. Okay, so this one also we ported. Well, we moved. Let's see if there is something else. I think there were two. Yeah, there is this format. Format, we go constraint text. Sorry, I should do message equal, message equal f-string text, message equal format text, and here I close the parentheses, here I close the parentheses. Should be okay. Here we have a get data. Again, this get data is not our friend. And let me see if finally gave the errors here. Get dual client count. I think this is the one we moved. No, we started from there. Didn't? We didn't. Okay. So we have to move also this one. Get dual client counts. This is just an int returning nothing for us. So let me go back to gem client and put it here. Okay. Okay. It's complaining about few things still. It's complaining about his new message, and it's complaining about his question message, question type T. Still compiling though, still thinking, because you see I cannot get, yeah. Okay, I think he finished thinking. God name. God name doesn't really seems to like why sector info. God name. Yeah, it is because in our sector. What is this thing? The nuisance is known as da 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 da. Let this be a lesson to all. Strike, banish, and turn over video. Oh God. So we have the notion of God connected to a sector, and we are using that here. When you are spamming too much, it tells you like Talad has struck you down or banished you down. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so I think we have to add, so the sector info, which is in our parking lot, doesn't have this God name. So I think we have to add it. We have to add it. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Sector info is not open. It's not open. Why? Jam. No. Sector info. What is this? Class sector info. Go to definition. Is inside PS sector info. The God name. Where is it? I don't see it, but for sure is here. Let's search for it. So it's called God name. There it is. That's the last one. Is just a string. So we can just add it here at the bottom. Make it an F string. Okay, this will be the association between the God and the sector. Right. The get data we don't need. I can get rid. And we just have to check if this thing wants the char variable. I think so. So we need to invite character location that looks at the God name. So all of this, which returns an F string, we have to let's see. We have to convert to this. Okay. I think we have done also invite manager. I think we did it. I said about half an hour each, and I think is what it took, right? It was like 7, I think. Or was a bit later. Anyway. So these two classes we have. Boom. These two classes we have ported. These two classes we have ported. Now we are finally, I think that we have the basics of this pending invite and all this stuff to actually be able to use this into user manager, which was our original plan, right? Because this pending invite, which was missing, now should not be missing anymore. The only thing that we have to do, we have to ensure that we are importing the right heading files. So what is it? So yes, invite manager now we have, and we can import. And the user manager we have, and the question manager is not needed because it's imported automatically by the invite manager. Okay. So give it like whatever. Let's give it like 30 seconds to see if we can compile this class, if we can give me the errors, because you see it's all green, but it's not true. It's not all green, it's all red. So still thinking about it. Okay, it did it. So we still have a number of errors here. We definitely have some messages that we are missing. So PS character details message is one of them. PS character details request message. We have PS character details message. This one is in many places. So this one we have to port. Okay, so I think we didn't port it yet. Let me check. This one, no, we didn't port. So we need to port this thing. PS character detail message is not too big. I think we can copy it and put it into our parking lot. This is a message, so all the messages are like at the bottom, mid bottom, yeah, like here. Everything is fine. We don't need this. All CS strings to F string as usual. Now you know it. Just because CS string doesn't exist in Unreal. So all of this. Now the CS array becomes a T array. Becomes the array, and it should be enough, right? I think it should be enough. CS array becomes a T array without big issue. And let's see, yes, it compiled it. Cool. 7 people watching. Whoever joined, welcome. 8 people watching. Wow, one after another, like boom boom, huh? Like we're going boom. 8 people watching. Hello guys. How are you? I'm doing my best to convert these classes, so at the moment you are in a bit of a deep moment inside C++. I mean, it's been really a session in C++ only, converting classes from the old engine, trying to move things, and yeah. So if you join, you want to say hi in the chat, it would be very nice to do, so I know who you are, and I know, anyway, I see you interacting a bit, so just say hello. Don't be scared. One already left. We are 7 now. Ah, we lost one. Okay. So I'm just checking. This one is now okay, but our user manager still has a lot of issues. This user manager class, you see, it still has like all these errors on the right side. we are still missing few messages, like PS character details request message, which we should somehow port, which is just here. It's just here. PS character detail request message. This one I think is exactly the one that we were working on. Okay, so for now I will port it like this, but I think in 1 hour from now we are going to remove exactly what I did now, because I think we can do it for real. So this becomes just a temporary thing. Temporary thing. Just all this C string to F string. The content, no, the content I don't care. The content for now we remove it. Let's keep it simple. Otherwise we have too much text. Let's keep it simple. So it's just like this. And then, hello, white people. You should say hello in the chat. If you are alive, if you just joined, say hello. If you just joined, say hello. Fuck, we lost 2. We are 6 now. We're 7 again. This thing works very well though. I mean, it's instant, so I can see instantly, let's say, the number of people. It's pretty cool. Okay, what do we miss? We have an actor here. We miss, I think here we just missed a constructor. Most likely here we just miss a constructor. Because, yes, these two, let me just check on this other side. PS user action message. PS user action message. Oh, we actually have it. Is the action. Is the action, which is an F string. Yeah, same thing. Luckily, I mean, the errors are always the same, so is more of a groundwork. I mean, it's just yeah, groundwork than really big work at the moment in terms of thinking, you know. So it's just reapplying the same pattern over and over and over and over and over. So it's pretty easy. This one is exactly the same. It's just a string, it's just an F string, because we didn't have this in the past, so sometimes it's complaining. All of this is fine. The first error is here. PS character description update message. What is the difference with the update message? Hey, nice to see you. Zwei. I will not be able to pronounce your name, but Zwei I can. Did you try Unreal Engine Editor? I think you can do quite good stuff with it, because he has a lot of editing capabilities on the levels, so you can edit a lot of stuff. You can edit, you can add particles, you can it's pretty good. So I think you should Zwei, you should do it. Okay, you should learn Unreal Engine. I think you can do good stuff with it, considering what you did in the past. So, so where we are, character description update message. What's the difference between this and the other one? I have no idea. Unfortunately, there's not the description of this, so we don't know when it is used. For now, we just assume it's good and we keep it, okay? But then we will have to analyze each of these ones and see if we want to really keep them or not, because yeah, we want to port only the stuff that we need. We don't want to port just random stuff that we don't need. C string, okay. Okay. So now this error should go away. Yeah, you work with it? Yeah. think it's extremely powerful. The point is that we just need to reach, let's say, a point in which people will be able to add stuff on top of it, and I can go to vacation, you know. So no, I need to reach a point where we have at least the basics done, and people can, yes, maybe add new assets or improve the existing assets. Yesterday there was a guy here that was interested in helping on the graphical side. I think it's still on. I think it's still connected, and it could take maybe some of our assets and improve them substantially, right? So at the moment I'm going through a pretty boring work of moving, moving our some of our code from old to new engine. Unfortunately, it's extremely boring, but has to be done, and there is no other way. I have to do it myself. I mean, there's no way I could be able to delegate this to someone. I think no one wants to do this job. No one in the whole world except me. Why? Well, main reason is that it's based on an old engine, and so the people will go like, no, I redo it from scratch. I can redo it 10 times better from scratch, so I don't want to take the old stuff, you know. Let me redo it, don't worry. It will work perfectly. The problem is that doing such a thing from scratch takes forever. I mean, we take again like 20 people for 4 years, you know. So we have to reuse what we have. That's the only solution, at least a bit. Right? And this is what I'm doing. But considering is a bit annoying because you have to move all these classes, do a lot of. I think I'm the only one that can do it, because I'm the only one that is still interested enough to actually take the old PlaneShift and do his job. But if you want to help, you are very, very, very welcome. Oh, really? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we need to dramatically increase the poly count. So I think that whatever you are doing, I think you should really increase the poly count, because I mean, the current one is just super bad. I mean, it's super, 1990s, the 90s, right? 1990s kind of thing. So we have to move it. Let me ask you a question to everyone that is in the chat. If there was a audio channel, so a voice channel instead of just chat, would you speak up? Because in theory we could, like, we create just a Discord channel, and and so when people join in, let's say the people that are registered or something, they could just speak. Maybe you can speak within yourselves. I mean, you can speak. People can speak on the chat. So it's like IRC but with voice. The only problem is that if there are too many people, then it doesn't work. But if there are like 10, 15, 20, 30, I mean up to 50, I think, and let's say maybe only 5 or 6 are speaking, I think it's still reasonable. If it becomes more than that, maybe not. So this get marriage manager, I don't think we have. We don't have marriage manager defined. I think in the code, and I mean in Arial. So we have to redefine it. Yeah, it is completely unknown, unfortunately. So I will have to go here and redefine under PS server. Under PS server, I think we need to get, yes, weather manager, get weather manager. The same as we do like this, but for marriage. So how is it done here? If I go to server.h and I search for marriage manager, there is a get marriage manager, which is this. I just copy it here. I just haven't returned null for now. Oops. Yes. He would not speak up, huh? Hello, Dan. Welcome to the stream. You would not speak up because you're shy, huh? Because you're a shy nerd like me. Interesting. Lilu would? Okay, I don't know if she speaks a lot. Maybe yes. Maybe we should speak continuously. Hey Dan, how are you? How are you today? So so here we are management. So we have this. Now the marriage manager is not known. Is not known to the code. So we need to add it. I don't know if we were just putting a what do we do with the others? We just put them. We just put all the managers here, and then we never declare them. So for example, guild manager. Right? Guild manager we didn't import yet. But then we have it in the code. So at least the minimum we have. At least the minimum we have. So I think we should do the same. Okay, so we will just declare a new marriage manager, and then we will define at least the basics of it. Not all of it, but at least the basics. Okay, marriage manager. What do we put it? Let's search like the guild manager and put it next to it. Guild manager. Let's put it here. Okay. I don't need all this text. I mean, we will redo these classes anyway, right? So let's just keep it compact, and then we will say. Okay, should be fine. I just need to declare I just need to implement it, let's say, which is just these two small brackets for now. Otherwise it would not compile. Okay. So now we have at least this piece. So just for the people who just joined, we are having a small rush to this user manager CPP. We had 3 classes to convert. 2 we converted already. Question manager, invite manager. We are now going to the 3rd one, which is the most complex. We are, let's say, kind of half through it. Yeah, we are kind of half through it, and we are trying to get this class to compile. There are still a lot of errors because again, it's a kind of a copy paste from the old PlaneShift to Unreal. So obviously, as a default, it doesn't compile. And all the red thingies that you see here on the right side, you see these red thingies. All of those red markers, all those red markers are errors we have to fix. Right? fix and solve and do something. When all those errors will be disappeared, then this class will be kind of okay. There is still another step because we need to then compile, and some of the errors will show up only during compilation, but it's okay. My country is Italy. How did you find this stream then? I'm curious to know if you find us on YouTube Gaming or some other places. Okay, here we have a stand that we have to include. Is under gem actor. Let me import this as well. And the stand. Stand is inside gem actor. Okay. Is void, so it's pretty simple. We can just go to declaration, stand. Well, there is stand and sit. I think we can get both of them, right? So we have it. Is inside gem actor. And we have 9 people watching now. Welcome to the stream. To the 9 people. Hey Riccardo. Hey Dan, are you still there? Can you tell me how you found this stream? Where did you find it? If you find it on YouTube or in other places, how did you came here? So I was searching gem actor. Huh? Gem actor. I'm searching gem actor. I'm just checking if there is already a sit or a stand, but there is not, so we need to add these 2 classes, these 2 methods. I will add it here, sit and stand. Okay, now what is this? This error, what is about? Is about unstable conversion from f string to tchar. Okay, so this is the usual tchar to ANSI problem, because still a lot of the code is in the old char pointer, and instead we have f strings now coming in, so we have to do this. Do you like Italy? Italy is a nice place. Let me see how many other people are on YouTube Gaming. I think it's not many. I think it's mostly us. It's mostly us. If I search Unreal Engine here and I go Unreal Engine 4, yeah, it's 2 people. It's this Russian guy, which is pretty often streaming. I think he's streaming every day. And then it's us, right? I think he's doing a bit more graphical things because he's trying to, it's making the client side. We are a bit deep on the server side now, so that's why we are maybe a bit less interesting to watch, but still. Oh, we have 10 people now. Welcome to the 10 people. How are you, 10 people? If you want to say hello in the chat, you can. Target event, so is this one change event, so I have to take this class as well. PS target change event, I think is when you change the target. Yeah, when you click on another target, this then becomes for the server your main target, so everything you do, like attacking, and like exchanging, like anything, like any command, So we need this, and we need to put it in the message section, which is here in the bottom. So I would just put it here. Yes, I will just put it here. I'll remove this piece and just check the types, gem actor, gem object. Okay, seems okay. So now we will have this one. What else? PS entrance message, I would say the same. This one also we need to port. This one also we need to port, so we are copying it and putting into our gem thingy just here. And then we copy this, we remove this. There is EID, message entry, EID, so all of these are fine. The only problem is that we have to implement this, right? Otherwise it will not work. We have to put at least the implementation. Okay, so this we have. Now, nice compiling. We are from Russia. Okay. Do you use Real Engine regularly? I mean, do you use it for work? Do you use it for study? Or? Okay, we have some constants like this max system message, which is defined again in messages. These are all pieces that we can easily copy just to this gem. Then we will probably create a message.h class in the future. I think we will. There are still a lot of errors, my friends. Mainly are events like this connect event, body status, PS chat message. There's still a lot that have to be, yeah, that have to be sorted out, but the majority are pretty simple. The majority. What is this get first name? We don't have a first name on the actor. That's pretty strange. Don't have? No member get first name on gem actor. Really? We don't have, huh? Okay, we can have. We can easily add it. You can add it at the top, by the way. So get first name, go to definition, go to declaration. Where are we in gem.h? So yes, it's just this. Just this. You can add it here. For now, we'll just return empty as usual. And then we will see, okay, because the name anyway we will take it from the Unreal Engine object and not from this. Okay, the next one is this PS body list. PS body list. Let me search for it. PS body list. Body list message and body status. Do we also have body status? If you have body status, I can just take them all. Let me see if there is a body status. Body status. Yes, there is also body status. So we can just take maybe these two, body status and body message, and put them both in our gem. I don't know how many messages we have in total, but I think it's about 150 or 100, around that number. So we have many. All of those will have to be ported sooner or later in terms of structures. Okay, body list, f string, there is a T array. So I will just do this because again we don't need the code. We don't need the code at all. Okay. I'm thinking if I should stop a bit and just do some graphical stuff. Maybe because it's this part is very heavy to do. It's really a lot of grunt work. What can we do graphically? We could import some assets and see if they work okay. We could import some assets. We could we need to increase the particle systems in the game, so have more particles, convert some of the particles, but I don't think it's something that I should do. I think this can be done by someone else. I think importing the assets could be a good one. Or fixing there's one lava monster that for some reason is not working anymore, so we have to see why. I think it's because it's coming from Blender, and from Blender we had some issues in the past, so maybe. There is a T iterator, get member iterator. This one I don't remember how is it. Okay, we don't have it. I think it's the same. We just create iterator, right? And then here we just have this, and here we have just value is a T array, huh? Careful. Is a T array. Why doesn't like this? Wait a second. I did something stupid. T iterator. So I need to create an iterator on. Wait. So get member iterator. So how does this? I don't know what is this get member iterator. I think it's something that we did. Get member iterator. Go to definition. It's getting members and then it's getting the okay, I understand. No, we need to extract members first. So do we have a get member or something like this? Get members. No. Well, we have to change it though, because this is not how it can work. This thing cannot work this way. So we need to change. Because this one is ported, PS guild info is ported properly. So the problem is that the get member iterator cannot work this way in Unreal, so we have to change it. what is it? Get members iterator. Get members iterator. No, it's not this. Okay, it is get member iterator. Return members, create const iterator. Okay, it's already returning the right one, so I think I can keep it. I think I can keep it as it is, right? So this one is already returning an iterator, so I think it should be like this. Yes. Hi, good evening. Welcome. Now that I have this iterator, considering it's a T array, I can just do this. I don't need to. Yes, I don't need to do this, and then I just have to have a pointer to the object, and I think it's fine. Then the only thing I have to remember is that I have to move on with this iterator. Yes, it is the only thing I have to do. Then PS chat message. PS chat message. Okay, I think I will stop for a bit. I think I'm streaming since 4 hours or something. How do I know? How do I know how much time I'm streaming for? How do I know? Live streaming. How do I know? How do I know? No idea. But anyway, streamed for quite a bit, so I think I will take a pause. We play some games. I will potentially have dinner, and I will be back. I think it's something like 2 hours from now. 2 hours or 3 hours. Say 2 or 3 hours, depends. And then I will stream for another maybe 3 or 4 hours as well. Okay, 3 hours. Okay. So yeah. So for now, thanks for watching. I think we did some good progress. I mean, maybe you didn't see a lot of visual progress, but we did quite a bit. We did a lot of shitty work in the sense that is hard work to do, and not because it's bad quality, but we did a lot of grunt work, and we converted few classes, and yeah. So at the end I think we did good. We did good. So yeah. I think that for now, I would say goodbye. See you later. So I would say see you in about 2 hours. Okay, depends on how many games I want to play and how long my dinner will take. But I think in about 2 hours should be fine, roughly. And you will see the stream going up, and maybe I will just message the chat as well. Okay. So see you later, boys. See you later. GG!